almost ready, just doing some final setups.
This too.
Oh, that's right. Look at this gigantic mouse pad, which of course would be fine if you were FPS, RTS,
and you know
or
what?
just a Dota player.
We're gonna send it in a bag of infinite storage. Yeah, yeah. See, because I'm just gonna put it back in its bag, and we're gonna send it to you like that, and then we're gonna pull it back out just like that. And it might be more awesome than the mouse pad. No, this is a QCK, and Scoot says that he hates me, but you know what? I love him, and we're just having some fun here. Check out the Facebook contest. You could win some cool prizes like that.
Well, it looks like Stalife, who lost the first 2 games, has chosen Shakura's Plateau as the next map to play on. This is a very long-term focused map. Always cross positions on Shakura's Plateau, so we can see a lot of tanks stockpiling up in the middle as that tension's rising in the game of who will be able to break the other person's contain. But Qxc doesn't seem to even let the game go to the later stages. He just seems to end the game early on. And as we can see in the top right is ROOT.Qxc as the red Terran, and in the bottom left we have ROOT.Qxc pausing as the red Terran. Yay!
Said he opened some random program. You know, kids, don't open random programs.
Yeah, it looks like he opened some random program. In other words, he's trying to open the stream. No, of course not. These players are not that
I do that all the time. Like TweetDeck open, you accidentally click the tweet, and suddenly it pops up. It's horrible. Close that stuff.
Well, to note on Shakura's Plateau, the big thing to note is this center area is very hard to make it through because there's little tiny entrances on the right and then little tiny entrances on the left. So, for instance, if Red stockpiles a ton of tanks on this side, or if Stalife stockpiles a ton of tanks on his side, it's very hard to break through. Stalife giving a shout out to his girlfriend, cleverly using her full name. Happy Facebooking, viewers.
Yeah, good game. And Qxc says, is that for a bet? But I don't know. He says, what bet? So some friendly play and some friendly banter going on here. Now, interestingly enough, in almost the last 3 or 4 Shakura's games that we've seen, they've been cross position, or they've been side by side position, and now we've actually got a cross position, and with a TVT too. So I am excited to see what exactly the players are going to do. Obviously, all the options are on the table, and there are a few little, you know, tank tricks you can do as well. So we'll just watch how it unfolds.
You know, we've seen a pretty strong convergence of early Terran openings to rely on the Banshee. It's just such a powerful unit with the ability to micro it around, to use the cloak, to force your opponent to have a Raven or to have 4 or 5 scans stockpiled in order for you to push. Would not be surprised to see either player do that. At the same time, we just look down at this natural expansion, little itty-bitty tiny choke, and then huge wide open space outside. Players love the early fast expansions. Looks like Qxc just stopping by this little right end of the map to see if there's any kind of proxy going on. Either player proxying, cross-map scouting begins.
Yeah, and they will meet each other in the middle, and I don't know if that's easy to get any indication. Oh, actually, he will go out of his way, go down to the tower. I believe he did see him in his vision momentarily, so might be able to just go ahead and pick the right expansion, but hasn't quite moved out yet. Meanwhile, we do have pretty much standard going down, and we do have another supply depot over here for Qxc, again protecting and at least getting vision of all the areas it could be an area of attack.
We even note that there's that huge expanse of area up and to the right of that supply depot. Refinery down for both players, no second refinery for either of them yet. Qxc now building his factory, identical play going on in Stalife's base. We have a total mirror at this point in time, both players even starting those SCVs and Marines at the same time. And it looks like neither player has really gotten the chance to scout the other. Stalife actually just hanging out here by this watchtower.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just kind of expecting anything early, or he just thought he couldn't get over there before the first Marine popped out. He knew what he had at his ramp, so maybe he just expected the same thing. 2 Marines have moved forward for Qxc at the expansion, kind of blocking off that as well. And then you could see Stalife going for that second gas up there. No second gas yet for Qxc, but the factory's about to complete.
Finally, a little bit of divergence from these 2 players. Looks like Qxc is going to be going for the slightly more aggressive Big Marine, Hellion, and Medevac play. We haven't really seen an add-on. He could be going for a non-cloaked Banshee, but I would estimate more or not, well, yep, there's a starport going down. Yeah, more than likely he's going to be going for Hellion, Marine, and Medevac. Meanwhile, Stalife looks like he's going for the more traditional, very fast second gas, so that way he can support Qxc tech from this factory and this starport.
So Stalife, I mean, started out pretty much on the same page as Qxc. We saw the last game do that as well, and then Qxc just kind of had the right answers at the right time for what his opponent was doing. But as you mentioned, no scouting for either player on either side, and that just seems so bizarre at this point in the game.
Wow, looks like Stalife going for a little bit of the Marine Hellion Medevac opening. Qxc is going for Marine Hellion Medevac as well, but hasn't gotten this second gas geyser down. So Qxc is essentially saying, I have to do more damage than my opponent.
That'll be a little tough to do. We got Hellions moving out right now. At the front, 2 Hellions and a lot of Marines for Stalife with the Medevac about ready to pop, and there it is. More Hellions on the way, so these guys are going to get a little surprised. Meanwhile, Qxc is moving out with his force, another Hellion, and several Marines.
Stalife manages to catch Qxc's Hellions off guard, and it looks like one should fall, but there goes one. Can he get 2? He gets both of them. That is a very nice win. We can see that Stalife is pulled ahead in that Hellion count. He's begun to get the add-ons. There's the Banshee going down. No cloak quite at this point in time. Qxc looks like he's still going Marine Tank Hellion, gearing up to do a fast expand. He knows that there are those huge distances. And hey, as usual, here comes a Marine Medevac drop.
Yeah, it seemed like basically his answer to losing those was, okay, well, my frontal attack might not be as good now, so let me load up this dropship and figure out a way to get into his base. Now, he stopped just short of the rocks, and it should be noted that Stalife is going to go for cloak as that first Banshee comes out here. So he is going to move this into the back. There is a missile turret there. It's going to get one shot off, but he starts dropping the Marines and taking out these SCVs.
Oh, how many will he get? It looks like he's gotten one down. If he could pick off that Hellion, that would be good, but he needs to be careful not to lose this Medevac. Only loses one Marine. And here's the Hellion drop by Stalife. Qxc moves everything back immediately. Looks like these Hellions can't quite get at a good angle to these SCVs, but then they fire right into the clump, but it doesn't look like any kills actually happen. So Stalife is just going to leave right out the front door.
Meanwhile, Marines dropped next to the rocks. He's not taking them out yet, but I'm not. What is he doing here? Loads them back up, and just kind of looked and peeked forward. Meanwhile, Command Center nearly finished for Qxc, and starting over here for Stalife.
Looks like, is there enough scans saved up for Qxc? Yes, he's saved up the scan. He knows that there are Banshees out on the field. Anytime someone opens up Marine, Hellion, Medevac, especially if they have a second geyser, you know that they have plenty of gas left over to do tech-related things. So expecting that cloak, very wise. Tanks coming out now. Banshees coming up for Qxc as well. And Qxc's Expo Command Center is finished quite early.
He's still got this dropship in the back. Meanwhile, the Banshee's going in, and it will be spotted right away with that supply depot. Happy that he put that one down. Sees that the command center is done and already warped to an orbital. Making his way all the way to the line, and a little bit late reaction there, but he will get a couple shots off for free on the Viking. Great scan to finish it off, and he'll take care of that, no problem.
Qxc now finishing that turret. Now that he's killed that Banshee, clear freedom to be able to expand. Nothing going to be able to harass it that soon. There's a Raven going out for Qxc, the usual swing in of plenty of racks now that he's spending so much gas on the Raven and so few minerals. Stalife now moving forward with his expansion. Almost the exact same play from both players, but little tiny differences. We do see that this engineering bay is getting the +1 infantry weapon upgrade. Meanwhile, in Qxc's main, no upgrade yet started, but one extra racks.
Yeah, a couple racks did go down for Stalife.